Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4000 Week Reich as India. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So we have decided to intervene directly in Nepal in their little civil war here because the Ranas, led by this little child, as you can see right here, he sucks and we don't like him and we're going to go kill him. So that's our plan for now. And aside from that, okay, extremely loud. I don't know why whenever you launch Holy 4 and then you click into like one of these buttons, it plays at full volume. I don't think it's like every time, but it's enough to be noticeable. Aside from that, we are currently aligning ourselves to get some troops into Malaya to support them against the British. I mean, being able to influence Indonesia would be nice. Influencing Australia, I don't think would be as important. And then we can start going to two tigers facing off, and we can start trying to worry about the Republic of China. Because if we can get the CPC, the Communist Party of China, in charge, that'd be a great ally for us in the region. It'll take a long time, so we're still at stage 0 of the 4 that we need, but we are getting there. We are getting there slowly, extremely slowly, but surely we will we'll get our way to that war. But I mean, we're doing pretty well. I don't think Nepal has that many units. 1 to 3 divisions. We've essentially have more than we basically have doubled. I mean, if you want to include how strong these units are, we've more than doubled the strength of the rebellion's armies, which I think is very nice for us. And of course, we still have those troops in Iran, and they're kind of just hanging out, at least for right now. We can't really push in too much, because there are these German tank divisions, which I don't want to have to really deal with if I can avoid it. Now, there are a lot of weak troops. I do think, I don't know, I was going to say eventually I think the unity government will collapse, but I don't know if that's actually true. But if we hold out long enough, maybe they'll have an internal rebellion. I'm not too sure. Again, I'm not a 1,000 Weeks Reich knower of things. I'm not as knowledgeable for what could happen. I'm like, it's not Kaiserreich where I kind of know a little bit about what every country can possibly do at any given circumstance because I'm a fucking loser. But aside from that, our political power gain is still pretty bad, which I'm not happy with. I want to see if we can fix that. Send the material support. This is to the state of Comoros. Right now we're at 36%. And for 100 guns, absolutely we'll send some more support that way. And what about anything in here we can do? Not really. I mean, all this requires so much political power. I can't really deal with it. Do you have guns? Not really. I was thinking like maybe we want to start training up some divisions, but it's going to be difficult for sure. You know what? Let's at least get a few units on the board. 1 motorized, 2 cavalry, tank division. I think it'll be okay, at least right now. What are you doing? You're just hanging out? Okay, good. Means you're not going to be in Kathmandu, which allows us to take the capital, and it'll hopefully end the war. Get us an ally, even though they're not social democratic. Unfortunately, they're not Marxist, but maybe we can influence them a little bit more. Stevenson's been elected president of the United States as the Democrats there. Hey, there we go. Okay. We have now gained ourselves an ally in the region. Are they? If I go to click here and then I look at economic blocks, sphere of influence. Okay, they're not in our sphere of influence quite yet, but I have a feeling that they will be in due time. We might get like an event or something like that. That'd be my guess. Demand Nepal subjugation. Yes. I would like to do that. Nepal, I allowed you. I'll even let you stay a kingdom. You can be like a Marxist kingdom. A little bit like what we saw, what was it, Grenada in like the 1970s? Coup in Burma. Unsatisfied by the incompetent civilian government, the Burmese military, also known as the Tamatai, has launched a coup d'etat to depose the sitting government. Shortly after the coup, the State Administrative Council was established as the nation's new paramount executive authority, a military government headed by General Ne Win. In his address to the public, the military government promised to restore order and stability to Burma, warning that any agitator would face severe punishment. Now, they're now a member of the Burmese government forces. Are they still aligned with us, or have they left sphere of influence? No, they decided that they hate us. Okay, well, if that's the case, India invades Nepal. Oh, okay. We have the first things. Let's cheat ourselves a little bit here. Get these troops to the border of Nepal immediately. Further news has emerged from the Himalayas today regarding the Sino-Indian diplomatic crisis that the new Nepalese government has announced that it has refused diplomatic and military pressure to become a part of India. Following the announcement, Indian troops have mobilized and now threatened to take Kathmandu, the country's capital. In Nepal, the populations almost wholly come behind the government in vowing to resist the invasion. Diplomats from throughout the world have condemned India's intervention in strong terms, particularly in China, where one diplomat compared India's action to the 1931 Japanese invasion of Manchuria. This severe escalation marks a significant escalation in the growing Sino-Indian conflict over the Himalayas, one which threatens to lead to all-out war. Okay, so we need to get our troops over there immediately. Presumably China will send some volunteers, but I'm not really too worried about that, like, in any capacity whatsoever. And it says we have some invasions about the Himalayas here. With India's occupation of Nepal and the government's flights to China, a conflict is possible with catastrophic proportions has emerged. Two tigers now stand at the foot of the Himalayas, with the Indian government preparing to liberate Bhutan and Sikkim, possibly subjecting both to the same fate as Nepalese. China, on the other hand, stays valiant, ready to secure the independence of the Himalayan nations, potentially leading to the conflict to spiral out of control. 8,000 meters above sea level, temperatures are frigid, and not just because of the air pressure, but bringing things to the boiling point may be even worse. Well, unfortunately, I don't have Indian integration, and I'm assuming we're kind of competing with China on this. But we will see. When do you come available? You'll be done in 3 days. Unfortunately, we're actually actively at war. Hey, Zapata's Marxism! People's Burma, let's go! We have an ally in the region! Okay, we want to support them as soon as we possibly can. I don't know when we'll be able to... Can we do it now? Can't intervene, we need to be at peace. Okay, being at peace, I will understand that's a bit of an issue. Okay, move our way to Kathmandu. Again, you know, if they only have like 2 divisions, we should just walk in. Nanigar Sangam. Nanigar Sangam is a recent creation, having been founded in 1952 as a union of Southern actors, helping advocate for their needs and supporting them. Founded by popular film producer and director K. Subramanian, the Sangram acts as a place for actors in Tamil Nadu to congregate together and organize, collectively defending their interests as well. The Sangam also plans on holding elections to elect its leaders, ensuring a democratic process in the organization. Because of its widespread popularity among Southern actors, it has quickly gained much attention and popularity, with hopes that it will be continue to expand. Okay, so we have 1 enemy troop here. It says that we still send volunteers. That is absolutely a lie. We can send tank division here. North Arkham declare war on Red Burma. So Red Burma is the Trotskyist, who we don't support. 2 tigers face off. Alliance with Indonesia. I mean, that would be nice. Arabian Nights, I think, is a little bit less important. What do we have in here? 2 swing factories, I mean, could be nice. An extra research slot, actually, would also be great. You're kind of garbage. You're garbage. I don't know about you. Stability. 1% control. I mean, honestly, a lot of the 500 fighters actually is quite nice. But a lot of the stuff in here is actually kind of doggy doo-doo. I mean, again, I want the research slots. So, you know, we'll race our way down there. So let's get a research slot. The Child and Arranged Marriages Act of 1952. A controversial but much celebrated bill, the Child and Arranged Marriages Act is finally passed through the legislation into law, formally banning the practice of arranged marriages and marriage in general for those underage. Legislation has seen as significant opposition from conservative, rural, and religious groups, appealing to cultural tradition and heritage. Despite the difficulties, though, the act has been passed, and the nation takes a strong step forward. Okay, so we have the child marriage riots in Orissa, Barar, Jabapul, and Lucknow. Local supplies and construction speed. Honestly, it's only for a month. So I am not too concerned with you. You are a city, so we will take it. You are a city, we'll move our way over there. Don't even worry about this extra division. I don't think it's going to make a difference one way or the other. And our volunteer force have returned home. And those guys, you can just join straight into Red Army. I think that seems fairly reasonable. Union Burma's declared war on the Kachin state. And unfortunately, I don't think we can invade. How are we looking? We're still looking good in Comoros. We can arm the Sikkim State Conference. We'll do this. I have my points here. Yes, we always want to make sure we're securing donations because it's free. But it is going to be a bit of pain in the ass. I'm not going to deny that. You know, what are you doing? You know what? If we stopped attacking you, pulled you back, when will you leave? You'll be gone in 1 day, 17 hours? Okay, I was hoping that, what would happen is that you would actually just retreat into, or you move into this province and then you'd leave Kathmandu completely abandoned. But unfortunately, that does not seem to be the case. Iran is... Oh, because we're at war, we can't have our volunteers here. Okay, we'll keep these guys back. And you know, actually, these 2 troops, let's keep you under Chenzidao. And we'll prepare to move you into... I think Malaysia is going to be killed in just a mere second. So maybe they won't get there in time. Is there anywhere else we can send volunteers? Hangman Theory. A lot of people will hate us for it. Is this just Domino Theory? Done by funding socialist movements throughout Asia. Okay. So I think it's similar to Domino Theory. We've taken the capital. We've taken the city. Gets you down to 16%. So at midnight, you'll have your capitulation. Take all of your... The thing is, are you claims? Thing is, I don't know if this mod has the release events. You know, that some other ones do. So yeah, we can send... not you. We can send Purple back into Iran. The thing is, are you going to die? How many troops do you guys have? Are you at war? Okay, firstly, are you at war with everybody or just Malaya? Just Malaya. 1 to 2 versus 5 to 30. Okay, well, I mean, we'll send the volunteers anyway, because you know what, YOLO. And we'll see how that goes for you. We have 10 political power in just a second. We could do more war support by sharing British collaborators for 5 points. I think that seems worthwhile. And I'm guessing we want to get all that stuff done eventually anyways. And do we next need blue army here? Do we want you instead of on the border with Baluchistan? Do I want you on the border with China? That probably does make more sense. Let's get the militia. We're actually going to have these under different armies. We're going to station a militia here. These troops will be on the border here and here in Tibet. Now, Tibet isn't formally a part of China, right? They have flimsy legal status. So, are they Chinese? Are they not Chinese? It's a bit of a open question right now. Do we have the ability to influence them directly? No, it's just Nepal, which has already been annexed. And then we have Sikkim and Bhutan. Integration, compliance. I think we do need to take these eventually anyways. To core them. Hearts and minds. Sure, we'll take you. 7 days on this one. Okay, there's the liberation already taken. Unfortunate for us, we did not intervene in time. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Britain stands victorious in Malaya. You stinky, stinky dorks. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the British intervening in Malaya. That should have been me. But that's okay. So you guys now aren't doing anything. Because you're still on the way to Iran. So let's just bring you into Blue Army for the time being. Let's go with max entrenchment. If we're going to be defending in the Himalayas, I think that does make sense. And then for you, I'm always going to go for a lovely infantry attack. Happy to see it. Sudan has joined the UN. Congratulations to them. Not sure how that'll work. And I mean, the French government exile is doing pretty well against the French state. We will see how that... Let's just push here. We'll see how that goes for Germany, because Germany might just invade France again. You know, that is not impossible. I mean, they are an Accord member, though. They are in the sphere of influence. So they might not invade, but I can't imagine Germany is going to be extremely happy with that outcome. I mean, I wouldn't. I tell you that much. If I was playing Germany and then there's just a hostile France on the border, I would be... Yes, let's cooperate with the People's Burma. Maybe it allows us to send some volunteers to you. Negotiate licenses, send a lend-lease. I mean, it would be nice. Okay, let's get an extra research slot, because we're only at 3 right now, which is not where I want to be. I want to get that nice even 4. Hey, People's Burma has accepted our offer of support. Excellent. Does that allow us to send volunteers? No. But do we have any equipment I can maybe send you? fuel. I doubt you have any. I doubt you have any vehicles whatsoever, so I'm not too worried about that. Tarquin is joined the UN as well. I mean, these are all people that are aligned with either China or the UK or the US that are allowed to join. Unfortunately, we're not. As nice as it would be, it's just not possible. It's not within the it's not within the membership here. I'm surprised that there's not like a an extra point as additional national modifier, Chinese sphere, trading modifier. Fully independent. We're not in the Commonwealth. I mean, I guess if we were trading with the United States, which, I mean, I wouldn't oppose outright. But, the fact that we need to be aligned with the United States to join the UN, a little rude, I would say. I mean, it's not like I'm competing for, like, the legitimate government of India. You know, this isn't like a PRC ROC situation where, or they don't want to, acknowledge the PRC in the UN, or even like a North Korea, South Korea, or, you know, a Somaliland, or I'm trying to think of another one. I'm sure there's some other place I could probably name. What year is it? 53. You're still a little ahead of time. So let's go for 1% research speed, which is not great, honestly, but we'll take it. Does it lead to like something better? Because 1% is not 2%. Okay, so the answer, like, not really, actually. The French government exile has won their war. Free France victorious. The Free French have emerged victorious in the civil war over the fascist holdouts and now successfully reclaimed metropolitan France. There are celebrations in the streets all across the country. In other areas, German collaborators and fascist government workers are being actively hunted by authorities and the resistance. Some, however, are simply women who fell in love with and later married German soldiers of the occupation garrison, and they found themselves being paraded around with their hair shaved. Viva la République. Okay, so you're now invading Turkestan. That is okay. Again, I'm still not even too sure. Okay, there's now a new president of the United States, ADL Stevenson. I'm not too sure which government in the Soviet Union we want to align with. Again, my gut says Perm, just because they are simply the biggest. And, you know, why has the biggest Soviet government not just simply eaten the smaller ones is a question that will baffle scholars well into the 21st century. But for now, I think it makes sense. Expand the front. We're not at war with China. We'll never be able to consider UN membership, so you don't even need to worry about that. Ignore you. Honestly, I don't think we'll ever really develop nuclear weapons either, so we can just ignore this for the time being. I want to keep you open for the time being. Influence Cambodia. Sudan Civil War. Support Kenya and Mau Mau. Okay, none of these are happening quite yet. Thing is, we're still winning Comoros. It doesn't seem like the opponent's even trying. 5 points, 5 points, 10 points. Bhutan, we haven't really looked into quite yet. 500 guns, though, we could send them some rifles, which I think could be nice. And you know what, actually, let's go rapid pace industrialization as well. It gives us some free ceiling factories, which I will be happy to take. And it gives us some construction decisions. Now, again, our political power is still pretty bad, where we can't really influence too much. This is, we can be with Balsama members. I'm going to say no to that right now. Secure more donations. Urban agitation. Needs a lot of points. We're only at 4.1. I don't know what the timetable is supposed to look like when it comes to the Chinese in China. Oh wait, I actually just took that port just by fucking walking into it. Excellent. Well, I wasn't expecting to just simply walk there, but I mean, if it works, right? War austerity train. Are we even building trains right now? No. Do I need trains? Not at the moment. Maybe at some point. So we're not going to worry about war austerity trains exactly right now. Research speed bonus, agrarian economy. I mean, we need better rifles. 1945 seems okay. Again, this has a chance of backfiring too, which is not great. That is something we do want to avoid. When will you be in this province? I want to make sure we're not getting encircled. You'll be there in 3 days, 15 hours. I will be there 3 hours. Okay, so we'll be there first. Defend this port. Excellent. So constitutional government, I'm happy with where it's like kind of moving right now. I'm going to ignore malaria for the time being. 30 points. Yes. And then we're going to do some 40% chance. Influence goes by 0.1. We're going to take you, and then we'll do... Why can I not take you? Labor action is active. Okay. Has an agitation. Spends more points here. Bureaucratic incompetence, road reconstruction. Like, they have a lot of bad modifiers. And I'm happy to see that their modifiers are garbage. So hopefully, you know, when the war actually begins... I mean, we also have some bad modifiers as well. Like, nobody's really having a great time. Let's get some more civilian economy going. In Lucknow, as well as in... Do we have another 60%? Central Bengal. I think those both look pretty good for us. But I will say now with the conquest of Nepal, with our moves to integrate Bhutan and Sikkim, it seems like a good point for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not enjoying, thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.